sometimes we have, speech pathologists who spend all this time working on AAC device with their child, and then they go back to the classroom and the teachers file that communication board away, and it's just not accessible to the child throughout a lot of their day. This is something I think we've all seen happen many times, too many times. What are your strategies for managing a situation like that?
It's hard. It's really, really hard. I think the number one thing that I see that makes the biggest difference is the relationship between that teacher and the SLP, and having that teacher understand that I as the SLP value and want to learn from you, and then having the teacher understand that the SLP does know the language component and the AAC component. And so really creating a collaborative partnership has been super important. For us, in my career anyway, the thing that I have seen that has been the most effective is a program that we've developed that's called AAC Book Club. And it's not like it sounds like a book club for adults, but it's actually for the kids. So we pick a book. I think the most recent book that we did at this school, we had the English classroom was doing The Little Red Fort, and the Spanish classroom was doing El Fuertecito Rojo. We were both reading the same book, and the kids were doing a station teaching model. And I was there with my graduate student. The campus-based SLP was there, and the OT was there. And this was a protected literacy time where the students were getting access to evidence-based emergent literacy interventions. So they would do shared reading, predictable chart writing, and then explicit alphabet knowledge, phonological awareness activities, and they would rotate around the stations in the Spanish room and the English room. And I would kind of float between all the stations and coach everyone into how do I integrate the use of this technology into this thing that I already know really well because I'm a teacher and I'm trained on this stuff. And then my speech therapist, maybe they're not as trained on the literacy intervention side. So how do they take what they know about language and support what the teacher is doing? And then they're really doing that sort of a collaborative model where the kids they get their speech minutes and they go to the OT and they work on writing, and they get their OT minutes and then they work with the teacher, and they do that. And so at that school, we were able to do 3 30-minute rotations, and the 90 minutes, that was a great classroom that those kids really could work for that long. But in other schools, we've done, 10-minute rotations. So it just really depends on the classroom, and taking the time to plan ahead of time. I would have my graduate student write a lesson plan, and then taking the time to talk to the teacher and identify what they want to learn, so that they have that agency and that control over it. So it's not just, we're going to consult with you and tell you what to do, but we're here as equal collaborators and equal partners in this. And I'm there mostly to coach them so that when the end of the book club comes and my graduate student and I have to go to another campus, they're able to sustain that and keep that going because I'm just there as an extra body to help them get it going.